Alright, so are you wondering about how to apply for a US tourist visa? Let's break down the process into 6 steps to make it easier. So what are these 6 steps? Let's talk about them today. Hi, I'm Shariq, I'm the South Asian attorney. I'm licensed to practice law in the US, and I help people worldwide with American immigration law. The first step in applying for a US tourist visa, it's filling out Form DS-160. This is an online form where you'll provide your personal information, details about your trip, and other important data. You can find this form on the website of the US Embassy or Consulate where you'll be applying. Make sure to fill it out accurately because any mistakes could delay your application. Once you've completed the form, you'll receive a confirmation page. It's going to have a barcode on it. Print it out because you're going to need it later. After you've filled out the DS-160 form, the next step is to pay the visa application fee. You're going to make this payment online, and once the payment is processed, you'll need to print out the receipt. Be sure to keep this receipt with your other documents. You're going to need it for your visa interview. Now that you've submitted Form DS-160 and paid the fees, it's time to get your passport photos. The US has specific requirements for these photos. They must be in color, with a plain white background, and the photo should measure 2 inches by 2 inches. Make sure that your head is centered and your face is fully visible. If your photos don't meet the requirements, your application could be delayed, so be careful. If you're finding this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps this video reach more people just like yourself. With your form, fee, and photos ready, the next step is to schedule your visa appointment. And of course, this is going to be at the US Embassy or Consulate that's closest to you. You can usually do this online through the embassy's website. Keep in mind that the appointment availability can vary, so it's a good idea to book it as soon as possible. After you schedule the interview, you'll receive a confirmation page. Print this out and keep it with you with your other documents. You're going to have to take it to the embassy with you. So before you interview, it's crucial to gather all the necessary supporting documents. These documents are your way of proving to the visa officer that you have strong ties to your home country and that you plan to return to your country after your trip. Look, it's very important to prove to the visa officer that you have the intent to return home. And you can show this intent by having property documents, by having a family member that's not going with you to the trip, just to convince the visa officer that you're going to return. You can also show school ties or employment ties or anything that's going to convince the officer that you're going to return. Here are some of the documents that you're going to need. Your valid passport, the confirmation page of the DS-160 form, the visa fee receipt, your visa appointment confirmation, passport photos, a letter explaining the purpose of your trip. This is not required, but it's going to be beneficial. Financial documents like bank statements, documents that prove your ties to your home country that I mentioned above, like property ownership, a letter from your employer, a letter from your university, or family obligations. The final step in this process is attending a visa interview. Make sure that you arrive early and dress professionally. Bring all your documents and be prepared to answer questions about your trip. And of course, your ties to your home country. The interview is usually going to be brief, so it's important to be confident and clear in your answers. If the consular officer is satisfied with your application, your visa is going to be approved. So just a quick tip, the questions that they ask you, it's mainly going to see if you intend to return home or not. So your replies should be really quick and concise, to the point. That basically shows your intention to return home. Applying for a US tourist visa can seem overwhelming, but if you just follow these steps, you'll be well prepared. The key to a successful application is preparation and honesty. As always, if you have questions, feel free to contact me, and I'll see you in the next video.